Hey guys, it's Katie, and you might remember Sasha. She says hi. But I'm here today to do the Time for Tea and Books tag. I was tagged by Kara at Wild Book Garden, and this video was created by Butterfly Elephant Books. And since I absolutely love tea and I love books, I'm super excited to do this tag. So there are 7 questions, and let's get into it. Number 1, choosing your tea. What genres do you tend to lean towards, and what teas do you typically like? As for genres that I like, I really enjoy fantasy. I also love historical fiction and classics, which is technically a classification, but whatever, and mystery. For teas, my top 2 favorite kinds of teas are probably black tea and herbal tea. And 2, hot water. What books make you feel gripped by the main character's plight? And for the tea question, do you prefer hot tea or iced tea? The character or the book that made me feel for the character's plight is it's a series, and that's The Realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb. My poor Fitz. Oh my goodness. Just the stuff that he's gone through in his life and the way that Hobb writes him as a character, it just really makes you feel for his situation no matter what. And as for the tea question, hot or iced tea, I definitely prefer hot tea. I'm not too into the iced tea situation. I love my hot tea. Number 3, brew time. What book improved over rereading? And as for the tea, how much milk do you add? I think a book that improved for me upon reread in a couple of ways was The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. I just find that I picked up a lot more that enhanced my experience of reading it. And I mean, a lot of books tend to improve for me over time because every time you reread a book, your perspective changes or you see things in a new light. As for the tea question, how much milk do you add? I don't drink milk with my tea, so none. Number 4, milk and sugar. What are your favorite actual and accidental bookmarks? And then for the tea question, 1 lump or 2? For actual bookmarks, my favorite is probably this one bookmark that's kind of purpley and has a tassel at the end, and it says Minds are like books, they function when opened. And I just think that's really cool. I like that saying, and I like the actual bookmark because it's got a pretty floral pattern on it. For, I think it's accidental bookmark, I don't know. But when I went to, I think it was China, or if I might have gotten it here at a novelty shop, I got this really big horse, I guess you could call it a card, and it has horse cutouts on it, and I've used that as a bookmark from time to time, and I don't think it's supposed to be a bookmark, but yeah, I've used that before. When it comes to sugar, because I do occasionally drink sugar with tea, I would probably go more on the heavier end for sugar. I tend to, at least when I was younger, and depending on the tea I drink, I can go up to 4 lumps of sugar. But usually I'm a 2 lump person. 1 is just not enough. But it also just depends on the type of tea I'm drinking. 5, the perfect tea set. Do you display your books or keep them in secret? And for the actual tea question, favorite mug, cup, teapot, etc. It kind of depends for my books. I have a lot of them, too many books for shelf space that I have. And that's a project I'm working on. If you guys have seen my other videos, like my spring cleaning one, I'm planning on getting rid of a lot of books. But because of that big problem, I kind of do both. So I've got a lot of shelves that display my books, but I've also got tons of boxes of books elsewhere. One of my favorite mugs is got this one. It's a hand-painted mug with these like really pretty flowers on them. My mom got them for me a couple years ago, I think. Yeah, because I have another one at my apartment that's blue. I actually almost prefer that one to this one. So yeah, this set and this artist. But yeah, I just think it's really cool to buy handcrafted things from small shop owners. I just love that idea. I got a really nice mug from my undergrad that I often drink tea from too. I don't know, I just really like mugs like that. I've got a lot of really cute mugs, like an insane amount of really cute mugs. 6, sip and sigh. Is there a book that makes you feel cozy instantly or immediately? And for tea, what is your favorite setup for drinking tea? In terms of the book that makes me feel cozy immediately, one of those is probably The BFG by Roald Dahl. But I also really, really like Harry Potter. I mean, obviously. So those are probably my top. And as for favorite setup for tea, I'm not sure if you mean what... I'm interpreting this a couple of different ways. In terms of the weather, I prefer if it's like rainy outside, but I drink tea all the time, so it doesn't really matter. But I prefer to be sitting on either the couch or upstairs in my bedroom on my rocking chair. Those are just ideal tea places, or on the swing outside. And I'm not a really big eater while drinking tea. Like, I'll have a glass after, or a cup after breakfast usually, and occasionally after dinner. But I don't eat and drink tea at the same time. And finally, number 7, another cup. A book you are currently reading or one you plan to read next. And how often do you drink tea? Well, the book I'm planning on reading next is Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb. And I'm super excited and terrified for it at the same time. It's several years after the end of Tawny Man. Fitz is in, I think, his like 50s or 60s or something, and he's got to go find the fool because I guess he was like hearing about him or something. And yeah, the last thing that we heard from the fool was that he was going to go back to his hometown with another friend that they met in the Tawny Man trilogy. And yeah, my guess is it's going to be incredibly heartbreaking and a lot to handle. And I'm probably going to sob my way through not only that book, but the entire trilogy. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. As for how often I drink tea, I drink it daily. And I'll occasionally drink tea twice a day. But for the most part, I just drink it after breakfast, and then, as I said, occasionally after dinner. I tend to do that more in the colder months than I do in the warmer months. But yeah, I think that's about it. And I'm going to tag a couple of people. I'm going to tag Lisa from Lisa's West Coast Reads, Sky from Nettle Books, and Shelby from Read and Find Out. But yeah, that's about all I've got for you today. So as always, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media. I have a Twitter and a Goodreads, which are both linked below. And I will come back with another video for you guys again soon. Okay, bye.